Can I start now?
Sure, you can.
Okay. All right. Good morning. My name is Lawal Sofiyat Olabisi, and I'm a UI designer. I'll be discussing the UI design trends. Um, Now technology is evolving, and there are lots of UI designs that we can actually use in our design to make it more appealing. So I'll be discussing some of them, not all. Yeah, so let's drive in. So what I'll be discussing is the first is the introduction to the UI design trend, the minimalism, dark mode and customizable themes, micro interactions, voice user interface, 3D and immersive elements, data visualization, then conclusion, and there's questions. So let's pick them one by one. So for what can we say? Okay, UI design trends or what do you think? Okay, maybe now because everything is now in modern terms, and there's a lot of design things that has been on call, like that's involved now. So back then, most of these were not there. People just design. But to make your design more better in form of everybody can able to use it. So there are now some changes that is happening in the design community. So trend styles and techniques and technologies gaining the popularity in the design community. So because of these trends now, a lot of people are now familiar with some of them, even though not all, but at least with some certain people have now get to know that okay, this UI design trend is also okay. And people are also so people that don't know how to use it have already started to learn some of them. And also they also emerge as the user needs involved. So and also new tools because there are lots of new tools, even though Figma also does people use a lot now. There's another one that's similar to Figma, the Create AI. That one too just similar, and there's just a little difference between it. And that's how the trend has been happening in years now. And also the way the changes are occurring in the design community, the design industry is making other people to want to get to know, okay, let me learn this trend that is happening so that I'll not be left behind. Another thing is staying update helps designer create user-friendly and modern experience. I remember sometimes ago, someone asked me about, did I know the trends and the new trends that is on call now that we have now. And because one thing also is for you to also know things that are also trending needs to be in some society and some community, or be try to check some platforms like LinkedIn that people drop, but to be able to say, okay, these are the things that is now involved now, that is trending now. So so that you not be left behind and be able to know that okay, there is more things in the design industries like that. And also happens to other industry, not only design industries, but this is for the design part. So one of the things that people are now doing more time is minimalism. Minimalism is not it's just like you using a simple design that people can relate. When you click this, you get to where you are going, not like putting a lot of elements, putting a lot of things in it, and it's not really important in that screen. So when you are doing that, you are making it more complex for your user. So simplicity is okay in terms of just choose the things that are minimal that you think it will be okay for that screen. And also, it's not only about giving us simple thing. There are some things you need to also take into consideration, like the way the interface looks. It should be clean. And I used to say it again that if you want your design to be clean, white space is the best option for you, because if you add white space to your screen very well, it will be simple and it will also be clean. So if you check this illustration now, you see that this designer says what simplicity means, using white space and everything is in accurate, not like one is now too much, not like, so everything is all there. So that way it make your design looks okay, look appealing to your user. And also, when you, like I mentioned, that when you do not use too much of things that are not really relevant to that thing, it make that screen, that interface look simple. It will not distract your users. So the another thing that is also involving now, that's the dark mode. I know some of us use dark mode, like changing to dark mode. Yes, I also use it. But when I was actually dining, it's designed that I need to see how the white interface. I was using the white mode, but I said, okay, let me change. And I've been using dark mode for a long period of time. But because I want to see how the white is in, because we are designing, you need to also download a lot of designs, apps on your phone to make, because you want to interact with it. So yeah, so that mode helps you to in terms of your eyes. Yeah, so, and also you can also use that mode for your app, for your website. Yes. And also like I also mentioned that it helps your eyes, because you don't want to be even though my system gone save, I reduce the brightness. So that's what dark mode can, to make your eye, it will make your eyes okay, because it will not be disturbing you too much of that light, this thing. So also save battery life. It also save battery life and also give user control over the visual experience. So if you check this illustration that is there now, it does explain it better of what the dark mode, the way it looks. And also, if you say that it's not really pumping through someone's eyes like that, it's cool. And there are some apps that also use it. A lot of apps use it, not only Twitter or YouTube. A lot of it, they use it. So that's for dark mode. So these are the things that are now involved in dark mode, using dark mode in your app. So another thing that is also involving now, like, is adding micro interactions to your app, to your website. It's make it look more appealing to the eyes. Sorry, can you still hear me, please?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yes, I
Hello.
can hear you.
All right, thank you. So it makes your eye it makes the interface look okay, nice, appealing to the users. And you can see on my screen here, there are some interaction that is occurring. It's not only this, there are lots of interactions that you can use, a lot of it. Your button you can use button where you over, you can use, especially website. Now your website has a lot of interactions that you can use. Also mobile too. Yes, mobile too has, but there are some limit to the app phone. but the website you can just play around with any micro interaction and that you feel okay, this is okay. So and also the way this app is not like it's only on a plain design, it's showing some interactions that you're able to okay, wow, this is okay, this is also nice. Yeah, so it's not static, like nothing is moving or nothing is showing from it. So this is the one of the things that has been also added to the design industry trend too. So like I mentioned, adding all this button when you over on it, if you use another color, loading the pictures like that, like time count, like that, all these things are some animations that you can use. And also it provides feedback and also guide the users to enhance engagement. So I think I'm done this micro interaction before in my presentation about micro interaction. Add micro interaction to your design. It also makes your user to stay longer because your interface is okay, it's appealing, it's nice, and they want to check other things, even though they don't want to stay there for long. But because of the way the interaction is, the micro interaction is, the animation is, they want to check all that because they feel like for me to see this home page or this dashboard, other will be also be fine, will be also be appealing. So they want to stay longer. So that's another work of micro interaction. So another thing else is voice user interface. We also mentioned this thing before too. So it's also one of the things that is now a trend because it is not really for people that are able is disabled. People that are able to want to, yes, they want to be able to speak to it and they get their response on time. So voice user interface allow user to interact with application via voice command, adding the hands-free navigation options. So this illustration says, okay, this is a mouse speaks and someone is saying something. So that's what it does. And also we have this kind of features in most of the apps too, that you can speak and you get your response back. So there are some hives that also do that. Alexa does that too, that you just speak, and to Google to also have that too, and to help you to anything you ask to just be able to get that response on time instead of you typing. There are sometimes that I also does that too because I don't really like typing too much. When I'm typing too much, I feel like let me stick to voice and I just see what I want to say on it and to pass my message. So another thing that can also incorporate into our design. Yeah. So there's another thing is 3D, and this 3D is also involving. It's not only about you using 2D. That's only the shape that is not in form of all this cone like that. So this is also happening now that you can also add it. There are some places that you can add it to in your design. So this illustration has really helped us with it. Is this image here now is the 3D and is also in the app. Not only that, you can also use it in your website. You can also use it, sorry, in your app. So and it's make the look more appealing also. And all these things are just the way of making everything okay, making all your interface more appealing than the way it was before. So this is it. And add an interaction for better visualization as used in e-commerce and AI apps. So like most of the time where you can use this 3D is e-commerce, but not only e-commerce. I know that I did the design language learning sometimes that I have to use 3D images for it. So you can use it in your designs and make it more, it will pump very well. It will make your design pump very well. So, and also there's also augmented reality now, the AR, the VR. These are the things that are also involving people learn it. Yes, just to make it more better because in now that everything is now evolving, you don't want to be left behind. And yeah, so these are the things that you can also add to your design. Yes. So we have data visualization. So it's also like now something that you want to use a write-up, like maybe you want to name it, you want to give it details. You can actually use data to explain what you are saying. So this is the data. There are different kind of data you can use. This one is one of it, like the way it is there is one of it. In this illustration, this is another one. You can use the bar chart to explain your data. You can use it. So converting complex data into accessible, then visual format that are easier for users to interpret and act upon. So so now if when I put all the things I feel like, okay, if I use the writing this thing, it should be too long and to make the interface look too complex, too much of things. So if you use data explain that to explain it very well, it will be easier and there will still be it will be simple and your users will be able to understand better than just using the just writing it in terms of names of that. So just use the data to explain it better. So that is yeah, that is how you can make your design look okay, and also you can also make it more appealing. Yeah, okay. All
All
right,
right.
so that's all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sophia. You don't have questions for us? I think I have questions myself. And please, if you have questions, you can drop it in the chat box or you can send them to me anytime we have more time. If there's no time today, we can ask the question. All right. So my question is on these design trends you have mentioned. How do we get them? Is it are they available at a particular source? Or are they available at a particular source, or the same way we just look for things to add to our slides to make them better is the same way we have to search for this 3D animation, voice user interface, right? I saw something like that. And did you get my question?
Okay, you said all these trends, are they available at where?
Yes, a particular source. Is there a particular source that has all of these new trends embedded in
Okay.
them? So we just need to source for them like every other way, sourcing on Google.
Okay, now so all these 20 things is you can check it link on LinkedIn, like you can know when it's happening. But if you want to learn how to use it, you need to buy course for them. You need to learn it maybe using YouTube. Yes, you need to learn using YouTube. So dark mode, how to use it. All those articles, right? Medium like they'll you will see where they will explain it to you. You can learn it from there. But to practicalize it, it needs to go through the practical process, that using a video to explain it better in terms of it's not only theory that you will know, you want to know, because the theory can help. So you need to go to YouTube or buy any courses that can help you with that. So that is how you can know how to use it. I remember when I also mentioned when I presented something about this voice over this thing like that. I mentioned it that on YouTube it is not there for designer. I want to design the interface using that voice system. I have to go on, do a lot of research, check how